Hello, y'all. It's 10:59 p.m. It's July 3rd, so I guess maybe one more hour it will be time for I think they started doing it like 10 o'clock. They popped a few little firecrackers here and there, but from the couple of firecrackers I heard, they seemed close enough that almost sounded close enough to be like right on my front porch or doorstep. So I had a rough day, but it could have been worse. It wasn't a disaster today, but I had a rough day and things didn't 100% go the way I want, but it's all right. I got absolutely no sleep at all last night. None. I tried and just could not sleep. And because remember last night at about 10 o'clock, I was trying to tell y'all that I started to be sleepy and go to bed. But after some time, I ended up not being able to sleep. And then I did a video like normal. And then try to go to sleep again and could not sleep. So I was up all night and couldn't sleep. And then, but I'm a little sleepy right now, excuse me. Sorry. So so I'm sitting here thinking that it seemed like within about 5 minutes after the guy that backed in right by my cabin, I hate, the way he parked and stuff. You're sitting there parking your truck where I feel like it's kind of difficult for me. I have to squeeze in between y'all trucks or squeeze in between the little exit part to walk out because your truck is like blocking my doorway, for me to freely get out, and vehicles are dirty, so I don't want to like bump into or touch your raggedy dirty truck. A loud truck with a loud engine blasting loud music. So that's the same guy from Friday, and he had a Pittsburgh Steelers flag. Was that Friday or was it Saturday? I don't remember, Friday or Saturday. And he had like a Pittsburgh Steelers flag. And then he was blasting loud music. And I'm wondering, who the fuck is blasting like really loud music right up on? Because when I would stay in a hotel, gang stalkers would do that. And that's another reason why I come sleep in here rather than in the other room. That's one of the other reasons why. Because when I would be in a hotel, gang stalkers who wouldn't stay at the hotel, and I know that they don't stay there because when I put them on film, they drive off and they gaslight me. And then abusive, narcissistic, fake subscribers would get frustrated with me and try to be controlling and tell me what to do. So it's like, I thought he basically had nothing to do with, being over here. I thought he was one of those kinds of perps. So he would, and then when I put him on film, he had his shirt off and then he put his shirt on and then hurry up and drove off and then put his arm out, like his elbow out the window. Friday, and I think it was Friday's video. Yeah, I think it was Friday. And I had a rough day that day, and I had a rough day all week last week. And so, excuse me. Sorry. So, I mean, I didn't know that he was one of the guys working, but be fucking considerate. Like, don't be parking your thing right in front my door against my consent, and then you got the loud idling truck and blasting loud music. Like, come the fuck on, man. Y'all don't run shit around here. So, the white guy with the other truck, he was perping with the red and trying to mock today. He was trying to mock and, say perp shit. And then, some of the other guys were perping with the red too. So all those guys that's working at those houses, working on those cabins across the street, they're all perps. So, like, when I would be staying in a hotel, it would be frustrating that if I'm trying to sleep at night and perps would shine their vehicle lights into my windows. And then when I put one on film, then another one comes, and they would keep on doing that at numerous hotels and motels that I stayed at. Not every time or every visit, but sometimes. And so I thought that basically he had no reason to be here, but I didn't know that he was one of the guys working on building the cabins across the street. Because it's like, that was just like, they had some trees or whatever. And they wait until after I move in here to decide to build more right there. Like, so if I would not have come here, then that probably would still be empty land right there with those whatever trees or whatever that they cut down, if I wasn't here. But they want to do all this distractions and fake construction and everything after I move in. But it looks like they're building pretty quickly. So I heard him this morning with the loud music and the, idling the engine and having loud music. And then, like, I didn't give you permission to park right, like, how come y'all didn't park by anybody else? Oh, you parked right by me, where I'm at. So, and then the online perps would harass me and talk about, that is not your property and stuff like that. But that ain't your business. So my anxiety is really high, so I don't even be realizing that I say so. I don't even do it on purpose, but and also, sometimes if I might have Tourette's tics or something, and being, very nervous. So, they feel the need to be nitpicky and overcritical about any and everything. So I like, if they would harass me and be like, that is not your property. Well, my ebooks aren't your ebooks. My food ain't your food. My money ain't your money. So even though they're working on it, that doesn't exclude or exempt them from being perps. Yeah, they perps. I mean, they were doing perp stuff and gaslighting. So like 5 minutes after they got here, and I heard all that loud music and everything. After that, after all the loud music, and for at least 5 minutes, 5 minutes later, I get a notice that my Amazon package was that it was undeliverable. So, I had already did a quick video showing that, oh, you parked right outside of my house again. What are y'all doing? So I thought he was just perping, and he was perping. But I thought that I thought he was one of those kind of perps that had absolutely no purpose for being over here. I didn't know that he was one of the perps working on the house right across the street. So when I first got here, and maybe about a month ago, that was all, like they recently just started, building more. But at first, that was just empty land. With some, I don't know if you call those trees or whatever. So I mean, I was very sleep deprived, but a lot of times, intentional bad gang stalking coincidences happen. So I automatically, mistakenly jump to conclusion, in the same way where the mailman who can't deliver because of obstruction or safety hazard, or if they can't deliver because they think your dog is dangerous or something like that. So I thought, I automatically jumped to the conclusion and got mad and felt like, well, oh, my stuff couldn't get delivered because your truck right there is blocking the or it's a hindrance to the Amazon driver. And you notice that one of the Mexican guys was perping me, by mentioning, and it was a small white van over there. So he mentioned about the white van. He pointed to, he tried to direct my attention to the white van, which, with the MK Ultra and trafficking. So, yeah, a lot of them were out there, perping and playing psychological games and everything, gaslighting and everything. So, he mentioned about the small white van. But Amazon, usually, I guess Amazon Prime delivery or whatever, or Amazon, they have the big blue vans, and they gang stalk. Even in Pensacola, they would have the Amazon Prime vans that would gang stalk me with one headlight and everything. And before they did that, I applied for a job working at Amazon in Pensacola. And that's a place in Pensacola that I never knew of, and a place where the buses don't run. And it's a very expensive cab or Uber ride to get over there. So when they sent for me to come to an interview, and they did this to me a couple of times in New Orleans at the airport. If they put up an ad on Indeed.com, me and a few others show up, and then, they look at us like we're crazy and swear up and down that that there's no manager to interview, or nobody said that they were interviewing or hiring, and then they get an attitude and send us home. So I've had that happen. And yeah, so I went to the Amazon warehouse in Pensacola, where you were supposed to like do the delivery or whatever. And then even in Cincinnati, I applied for those jobs, and it's a hindrance because I don't have a car, and it's always in a location where the buses don't run, and it's like a 30-minute to an hour walk away from the nearest bus station, transit bus station. So, and it was would have been way too cold to be walking, So those Amazon jobs, I couldn't even get those jobs, and they wouldn't even hire. But they wouldn't hire me, but they act like they were always hiring. So I busted my ass in Cincinnati and Pensacola and all these different places. I only had one job interview here. But no, two. Was it two? Yeah, I think two job interviews here, and nothing. They got sabotaged by the gang stalkers. So, and not here in Bloomington. I'm talking about, because there's nothing here, but I'm talking about in Victoria. So I mean, but as I said, even though I admitted to my mistake, and the lady on the phone told me that some of the items was damaged, and then she gave me like a $5 coupon or something, and I'm supposed to get the other stuff refunded. But if my items got damaged because the workers don't give a damn, or maybe he might have accidentally dropped it and it fell, or it might have been a perp that damaged my stuff on purpose just to have to inconvenience me, so that I would have to so I couldn't get my stuff, or I have to go through, like, be forced to prolong me getting those items, or I have to go through the process all over again. So if I had, me calling myself trying to order stuff on Amazon with the Snap EBT, I would have been, I could have had a scenario where if I couldn't get all the food and stuff, and then if I had to wait for a while, then I would have to be out of food stamps for a while, and then have to wait until who knows how long to get them back. Or if I didn't have a way to get food, or get the groceries the next day. That day or something. The day that they were supposed to be delivered. So, if the items were damaged, I'll trust that it was an accident, and not if it was an accident. So, I'm sitting here mistakenly drawing false conclusions, and I apologize for my mistake. And then, so I apologize for my mistake. And then for like, it was after 10:30 this morning, after the incident. Well, I said I was gonna keep the videos up because they were perping me and doing stuff anyway. So I said that's the reason why I'm gonna leave the videos up, because they still doing their gang stalking activity. So I ate trash earlier. The last two small, 2 for $1 tiny bags of chips and some Tang. I don't drink the Tang every day, but I might since I got it, I guess I might have it like once or twice a week. So I had that, and I had some of the Jimmy Dean sausages, and and then it's like, well, the sausages by himself didn't really taste all that, but I don't know what it is. What people like. If I even like the biscuits, I mean the sausage biscuit sandwiches, and I love the flavor. I know it's not healthy for you, and I don't plan to eat it a lot, but flavor wise, the pancakes and sausage on a stick. But so I had just the sausages and two small things of chips. So two small things of chips and sausage and some tang, and that was just something to eat meal. But for dinner, I had the last of that cheap, nasty $1.25. The second half of the what didn't even it wasn't even real food, like real cake, but that fake cheap cake, pound cake or whatever. That I had that, and the soup that I showed y'all, and some water for dinner. And after a couple of bites, I of that soup and stuff, I started to get so full. And I still got more black eyed peas, like two of the bigger ones. I have two containers of black eyed peas left. So I might have to redo my physical grocery store grocery list. I might have to redo it all over again, because you know how during the middle of the week and they change up their ads or whatever, but they might have stuff that they offer on sale, but I might not like that item, or may not want it, or may not be interested in it. But some people think that, okay, if you want a certain kind of pork chops that you like, and then there might be another certain kind of pork chops that you really don't care for, but the one you kind of don't too much like is the one that's on sale. But the one that you really do like, people will call you stupid, saying you're wasting your money, because that one might be more expensive than the one that they might be offering. So I might have to redo my grocery list. I gotta do laundry. So I gotta do laundry. I got the to do. I have to go grocery shopping and do laundry, and I gotta pay rent. I paid the other two bills today. I'm wondering, this month I got a notification that, that my credit score, I mean, I didn't even do anything, for the past 3 months, I paid rent here, and paid my storage and cell phone bill, but out of nowhere, for no reason, I'm wondering, why did they lower my credit score from 700 to 694 for nothing? So I felt like what I'm going to do with the rest of the pie shells, when I go to the grocery store, and get, the bulk peanut butter. I should have thought of to do that last month. I want to try to see what it's like to make. I want to try to see what it's like to make homemade. Well, the pie crust won't be homemade, but because it's already pre-made. But if I can make like miniature empanadas, or pies, sort of like, because I know that Pop-Tarts aren't healthy, but I really miss the peanut butter flavor Pop-Tart. Now I like the chocolate frosted peanut butter Pop-Tarts as well, but my favorite was the regular peanut butter Pop-Tart. I could not stop eating those things. So last time I think I had them in 2013, somewhere between 2012 and 2015, and I used to love those things. I really did. But but the other Pop Tarts I really don't care about. I don't really eat Pop Tarts, or I'm not too crazy over Pop Tarts. I mean, I hate strawberry and blueberry Pop Tarts and all. Never did like those. Never did. Even when I was a kid, I didn't like those flavors. But I used to like brown sugar or something, or the chocolate or Oreo or whatever kind of Pop Tarts. But if they be like too sweet and make my body feel bad, but I like the cherry pomegranate flavor of Pop Tarts from Trader Joe's. I love those. I eat those. So I'm thankful and glad that a lot of my favorite stuff from Trader Joe's I can get on Amazon. But the thing I hate is the thing I hate was that it seems like as if buying it on Amazon, it costs like 4 times as much as if you're in the store. And it's not even considered EBT eligible. So it seems like it is going to have to be out of the question for now for me to get away, to get all my stuff out of the storage unit. I guess I had to put that thought on hold. But I paid the storage bill and a phone bill, and I have to pay the rent. So they've been vibrating me all day, and they've been blasting loud music all day. For somebody who has sensory issues and cannot ignore that excruciating torture. Imagine telling an autistic child to ignore being tortured by noise. Even though I'm not a child, but people suspect that I'm on the spectrum. Mama said I'm not a child anymore, but people suspect that I'm on the spectrum. Or if people think that I have Asperger's syndrome. But I heard that they ruled out calling it Asperger's. And, they just consider it like lower or higher level um, on the spectrum, excuse me. So they've been blasting loud music all day long and vibrating me all day long. About, I think it was sometime after 12 o'clock noon, I finally was able to go to sleep. And then woke up, I think it was about 3:45 in the afternoon. I didn't work on any writing today, but Starbricker and Stefan Adams, Starbricker and Stefan Adams, they both harassed me about my ebook. And so Stefan Adams was like, well, how is it a fake review when she has, and I didn't even notice that. How is it a fake review when she has a verified purchase? She's cheating, and that's wrong, and she's cheating. She didn't even pay for the ebook. So how is that called a verified purchase? I know she didn't pay for the ebook, but she fraudulently and illegally, through her stalking, read it on my blog for free. So that's not, she didn't even buy she didn't even, and she never will spend not a penny on any of my ebooks. Never will. So you got a fake fraudulent verified purchase when you didn't even buy it. So there's that. So they know how to, abusive narcissistic gang stalkers know how to pretend to do fake shit, and then everybody try to falsely justify why it's real. When I saw a video where somebody was saying that Kim Kardashian was pretending to eat fake meat, some people caught on to what she was doing, but other people might be like, oh, it's proof that she's eating the meat because she put the meat to her mouth and she's chewing. But they said, oh no, they turned the cameras away to make it look like, and then they focus the cameras back on her after she's already pretending to be chewing, when we didn't see her put it in her mouth and chew and swallow it. But she's trying to advertise and lie to us why we should be eating this fake meat or this fake plant-based meat. So same kind of psychological games. I know it's fake. God knows it's fake. And the ones doing it, y'all know it's fake too. So I mean, how many times has Starbricker wrongfully, I mean, she got, there was a point in time she falsely reported every single ebook that I had, and I had to appeal that. And then the ebook that I wrote about that thing that started 3 years ago, yeah, they had that blocked. So Candy Grand Prix goes down in history as having banned books. So, as I said, I write my own stuff because I don't want anybody else trying to control what I do. And then they want to force themselves into my life and, what do y'all benefit from doing this to people? Back off and leave people the fuck alone. Because just like y'all try to say that, when the gang stalkers harass me, and then I stand up to them, and then the online gang stalkers make it like as if I'm the one who's harassing the gang stalkers in person when they should mind their own business. And then they will make it like I deserve to get hurt. Or that one day I'm going to fuck with the wrong one and get hurt. And the fake foster mom used to think like that too. If people are harassing and bullying me, and I stand up to them and she try to narcissistically lecture me and be pointing in my face, talking about how one day I'm going to fuck with the wrong one out in the streets. But they can bully, harass, and laugh at me all day, and I'm not supposed to stand up or fight back. But People say that the gang stalkers are gonna fuck with the wrong targeted individual one day and get seriously hurt. And it has happened before. It has happened before. But, as a lot of us targets try to go the narrow way and trying to be a law-abiding citizen, trying to, trying to do right, trying to be morally right, trying to keep your morals and integrity and everything and self-respect. But like through this so-called mind control program, they keep harassing. The gang stalkers risk their own lives harassing and stalking and provoking a target until they snap. And then the stalker will pretend to be the victim if they get hurt. But the gang stalkers are out here killing targeted individuals, covertly and overtly. And they always get acquitted. So I mean, if you might harass and stalk and bully somebody because you think that they're weak, and then when you get hurt, then you'd be surprised and you get traumatized. And they always manipulate and spin the story to be a certain way. So, as I said, they will not stop trolling and harassing me and bothering me for no reason. But I mean, I'm surprised that, my books can't be the worst in the world because I got a couple of sales. Thank you, whoever you were. I mean, you could have read it for free, but thanks for helping me helping me to make a living. If you made that choice, thank you. I really appreciate it. Even if you read it for free, I'm grateful for that too. But I said that I'm not even expecting, just like I don't expect my dress, my clothes to be presentable in the eyes of other people. I'm not trying to get my writing to be presentable or perfect or professional. I'm just speaking from my heart and speaking from my mind, or writing or typing from my mind and from my heart. So I'm just sitting down and the right side of my stomach is kind of feel like they're squeezing my organs a little bit. And they're vibrating my entire body. And they've been vibrating me last night. And I think sometime yesterday I had a high-pitched ring in my left ear, and I always forget to talk about that. Excuse me. I'm sorry about that. I always forget to document that. So people talk about how, if you buy pre-cut fruit, you're wasting money. Well, so I heard that some people, if they're disabled enough, if they might be too disabled to cut up the fruit themselves. So that might be why they buy pre-cut fruit. But the fake Darnell Williams perp was harassing me, telling me I was wasting my money buying a yellow watermelon. They had an orange one too, and I wish I would have got that one. But I got the pre-cut watermelon because I have a mini refrigerator. And that was the only thing I think that I bought, already cut up. But I got me some peaches, oranges, lemons. Like, let's see, it was peaches, oranges, lemons, watermelon, and I forgot. I think that was it, or was it another? Oh, one mango. Ooh, that mango was juicy and yummy. It was so good. So I don't know if y'all can see. Look, targeted. I ain't the only targeted individual. They have other targeted individuals that talk about, foot swelling or ankle swelling. Even skinny targeted individuals talk about being swollen up. And then the ankle swelling or whatever, or swelling in my legs, it coincides with the sleep deprivation. See, I just had a tick like that. The Tourette's tick. So I still got more black eyed peas, but I want to take a temporary break from eating them. Not a permanent break, but a temporary break, like maybe 1 or 2 weeks back off from eating them for a couple of weeks and then maybe go back to eating them. So the skipjack tuna, yeah, that tastes like something I had before, or it tastes familiar. So it looked like as if it's almost $3 a can. If my math is correct. But I've seen tuna more expensive than that. But as I said, I just wanted to sample or try it out or see what it's like to use my food stamp card to order stuff on, like, order groceries on Amazon. They don't have Amazon Fresh. They don't have Amazon Locker, or they don't really have where I can get stuff delivered. So they've been having people with narcissistic fake comments in my videos. Everything is you commanding me to do this, or you telling me, ordering me around, telling me what to do. Like somebody came in my comments and made a smart ass remark about next time, saying, next time you need to go and have your stuff sent to Amazon Locker. First of all, they don't even have Amazon Locker over here. I can't even get DoorDash over here. But I know you're saying, next time you do this. Like as if, Candy made the most foolish decision. I mean, it was not my fault at all that the stuff was damaged. So I mean, you come, and it's like people be trying to tell you what to do, and they do not care about you or love you, or they don't want what's best for them. They only care about their comfort and their best interest with trying to think they can control you like a total puppet on a string. And they just want to look self-righteous. Fake self-righteous. So yeah, Star Bricker tried to be slick with waiting a couple of days after the fake thumbs down, and I knew that was her. And then come with her fake, artificial, fake bad review. What you're doing, it's harassment. But if you went to jail or prison or got some type of harsh punishment, I bet you will humble yourself and leave me alone. if you were held accountable for the dirt that you do, because you've been harassing me for no reason at all y'all, the online perps. But they'll falsely spin the narrative that Candy is the narcissist when it's them. It's them, malignant. If you think you got the fake authority and a license to harass somebody who don't even know you, you sick, weird creep, nasty creep. You sick, weird, nasty creep. But as I said, it's like extreme jealousy. Very jealous. And like y'all too old to be bullying people. Like Starbricker, what if you died tomorrow? I mean, if you died tomorrow, unrepentant and still harassing people, and Stephon Adams too. If you die unrepentant and harassing and gang stalking people, you ain't going to heaven. But y'all think that y'all have a say to say Candy is irredeemable. God forgives, but they don't want to repent. You try to tell other people what to do, but you warn somebody that if you keep on stalking and doing this and doing that, or harassing and bullying people, and then you die unsaved, you going to hell. If I die right now, I'm not worthy to deserve heaven. And I'm trying, to get closer to God and better myself. But each time I do, I always got religious narcs trying to psychologically, mentally, and spiritually and emotionally jerk my head around and try to dictate how they want me to serve God. And more like serving them as God, because people with narcissistic personalities, they delusionally believe that they're God, or they delusionally believe that they're above God. Or that they delusionally believe that they're bigger, better, and higher than God. And they even think that God is stupid. See? The fake Darnell Williams perp is back on harassing me. He left me alone for a while, and there he goes again. All these people worship Satan. He sent me a fake message saying, stop kicking the door. And I don't know what other dozens of fake messages he sent. But everything about a gang stalker is fake. Everything about them is fake. Everything about people with narcissistic personalities is fake. Nothing authentic or real about them. But they always be like, well, I'm just being real with you. I'm just keeping it real. But you fake as hell. You only feel like as if you can pretend to be fake bold because you have your fake clan behind you. But if you were by yourself, you couldn't be so big and tough. And you would lie, manipulate, and twist things in order to make people bow down and idolize and worship you, where you have a whole fake cult following. If it weren't for your fake cult following, if you had nobody to support you, then you couldn't bully nobody. But it's disgusting for a man to be harassing and stalking a single lone female with no family support, or somebody had to be homeless out on the streets. And it's like, where is anybody to fucking care? Or if they might be like, well, you use that language of cursing or you use foul words, so you don't deserve help. But like, well, how many sins you committed? Cursing ain't the only foul thing to do with your mouth. Y'all freaking trigger and provoke people to that point of uttering profanity as a stress reliever or something. So they vibrating my whole body really bad. So it's like at nighttime I can't even predict how my sleep would be. I can't even predict how my sleep would be. And then but with this cabin, like in hotels and motels and other places I live, if I turned off the air conditioner, it would be hot. I mean, it would be like hot or room temperature within 30 minutes, but it would take 3 hours if I turned the air up or turned it off. It would take 3 hours to get up to that temperature. Or it would take 3 hours if I had the air off or had the air on 72. It would take 3 hours to get it back down to 62. So, but it seems like me keeping the air on the coldest setting at 62, it's been keeping the gnats away. I hardly see them now. But so with it's 11:52 right now. So with tomorrow being the 4th, I don't have any plans except to do laundry. And I would have no choice because I've been wearing this last outfit for the past few days. I've been wearing this last outfit for the past few days. So I have no choice but to go tomorrow to do laundry. Wash clothes. And I don't even know if they will have any like event or a barbecue or a cookout or whatever. I don't even, I have no idea. But I may not want to go if they even had one because they're dealing with being gang stalked while there, or dealing with dirty people putting dirty hands in food and stuff, and it just because they got some dirty homeless looking druggies that stay in these cabins. I'm like, if you have a place to stay, I mean, other than my situation with when I can't take a shower every day like I wish to because of I never know when they're gonna squeeze my organs, and it's traumatizing. That, or sometimes if I might be suffering like severe depression or going through something. But if things going great, I could take a shower every day if I had access to a shower and wasn't homeless. But they got some people like if they're not homeless and they're not depressed and they're druggies and they themselves haven't had a shower in who knows when. And it's like the city of Bloomington is very dirty, and Victoria is dirty. For such small towns, why are they so dirty? If you go to any of these stores, like Dollar General's dirty. Like when you go to any Dollar General or Family Dollar and fake Walmart, sometimes Walmart counters will be clean, when you go check your items out. But Family Dollar, Walmart, Dollar Tree counters be so dirty that I don't want to put my stuff on. It grosses me out to put my stuff on a counter. And you got to take that food home after putting it on those dirty things to be scanned. They don't clean or sanitize them. But HEB Plus, that's a dirty store. And the Ezekiel 4 and 9 bread, like the freezer shelves are very dirty. And they have a lot of the gross, nasty, satanic, evil flies and stuff. Like flies chasing and following and harassing me in the store. Like that was my experience when I first got to HEB. They had too many flies, kept on harassing and touching on me. And I had almost had a complete meltdown. I don't want those things near me. But I'm always wondering, why am I always the target for, the unwanted, the undesirable, like flies, gnats, and all that. If I'm in a room full of people, I'm the only one who gets harassed and picked on by the flies, gnats, and mosquitoes and stuff. But everybody else is left alone. It's always me or my food. And I'm like, how come nobody? And it's like they would be harassing the fuck out of me. So then, I'm always targeted by the fake Jehovah's Witnesses and the fake Mormon. They don't want to do shit to help you. They will never give you money to help you with a meal to eat out of your homeless situation unless you join their cult. Other than that, they won't do shit for you. They won't do anything for you. They won't even give you a ride in dying hot weather or a bottle of water or nothing. And because you're not part of their fake cult, they won't do anything. But with the body of Christ, I've seen certain churches, like in Los Angeles at the food banks and stuff, that if you don't join their church or attend their fake service, then they refuse you food. If you just walk up and try to get something to eat, they force you to sit through a fake service first and then get food to eat. But a fake service where they're brainwashing you and telling you lies and twisting the scriptures. So, yeah. They lie and twist the scripture and then force you to sit through that fake church service first before you can eat. So, I don't even know if the fake Darnell Williams perk. I had up to 1,282 subscribers. And I don't know. And then I had 1,280. And then I woke up this morning with 1,277. So I don't know if a whole bunch of people got hateful and unsubscribed because of what I said, me telling this truth about what happened, or if the fake Darnell Williams perp or other perps is keep subscribing, unsubscribing, and resubscribing repeatedly, and gaslighting, or if they're manipulating the numbers on my subscriber count. Excuse me. Just like they manipulate the numbers on my subscriber count, and they manipulate the thumbs up and thumbs down. So if I end up getting a good 18, 19, 20 thumbs up on a video on a rare occasion, or even 45 thumbs up, they will swoop in and clean house and reset everything back to 0. Or they would knock off from 45 thumbs up all the way down to 8 thumbs up. And I'm like, y'all some jealous bastards. But I'm tired of people picking on me for no reason. And I'm tired of being at war with people unnecessarily. So as I said, they were harassing all day with the loud bass music. Idiots passing by like every 30 minutes. And it's intentional because they make sure to deliberately and on purpose make that turn onto the street. And once they make the turn, then they drape their arm out the window. And then after they then got down the street some, then they turn the music down or turn it completely off. Or it been like they wait till they get near me and then just suddenly like boom, 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 like, and then it just startled the fuck out of me. Like worse than firecrackers or something. And I absolutely hate firecrackers. Never really did like firecrackers. Like, I'm not even interested in firecrackers. But when I was in Pensacola and Los Angeles, gang stalkers would pop firecrackers year round. And that's illegal. But it was weird. For 2021, for New Year's, it rained. Excuse me, but people still, fake asses still pretended to fake celebrate anyway. But I heard a lot of gang stalkers are fake patriots. That they're not truly patriotic. But they pretend to be fake patriotic. It's now Tuesday, July 4th, 2023 at 12:03 a.m. in the morning. And so I heard that that's not the real independence. I heard that this is not the real Independence Day. And then for every holiday, it's always some blood sacrifice ritual. Like you heard about this mass shooting that happened. Was it in Washington, D.C.? It recently happened. Yeah, so that was a ritual right around the holidays. So I think it was in Washington, D.C., but I mean, was it Washington, D.C. or Baltimore, Maryland? I don't remember exactly where it was, but yeah, I don't know if y'all know what I'm talking about, but it just happened like a couple of days ago. I think it happened Sunday. I think it was either in Baltimore, Maryland or Washington, D.C. I don't remember where it was. So, yeah, the fake Darnell Williams perp left me alone, and now he came back with a fake account talking about greedy grand perp. But my twin sister gains favoritism from these perps because she's one of them. And I noticed that, if on various social media, if they got even professed targeted individuals who act like as if they're really going through it, but they would even be fake supporters. They might be, fake supporters, but I'm starting to get a few new supporters that seem like they're loyal and genuine. You know, but the gang stalking network, they making sure that my YouTube channel won't grow, or that they suppress the videos and mess up the algorithm so that the truth can't get out. And you know but they had this person who tried to say that she's glad to be an entrepreneur and own her own business. This is a black female, and she be throwing up those Masonic satanic hand signs. But yeah, you're able to have financial freedom and own your own business. You're not going to tell people the secret that you sold your soul to the devil in order to become an entrepreneur and to not have to have a boss. Well, you might have a handler. If you claim you're your own boss and you're throwing up those hand signs, and even in casual YouTube videos, you might see people throwing up those hand signs. So if you claim that you're helping low income people or giving information, to help low income people, but you pretend that you're doing good, but I see your deception that you're sitting there throwing up devil horns, hand signs, and all that. You throw up satanic hand signs. Or y'all use satanic emojis. So, if you promise to help people get out of poverty, how can you get out of poverty without selling your soul or selling out? I'm still in poverty, living in poverty. I've been living in poverty all my life, financially starved from birth till death. And borrowed loan money doesn't count. I'm talking about having earned income. I've been on forced low income during all of my childhood and adulthood. The money that I had, the foster mom stole it. She stole that almost $10,000 or $9,000. So I don't know. I'll die never knowing what it's like to get even $20,000 a year in earned income. The Social Security for years, if it might range from $8,000 a year, or between, I don't even know if my Social Security check or with the SSI or whatever, if any of that is I don't know if it's 10,000 or 11,000 a year. So Well, that lady from the Social Security office, she still never contacted me. I mean, never contacted me back. So, I don't even know, as I said, I don't even know if she's doing sneaky, shady, dirty shit behind my back. But look at me, I need to repent too. I'm on my way to hell. But, I want to do better. You know, I want to do better. But somebody on TikTok told a targeted individual on TikTok that he said something like, if you don't take your medicine, then I'm gonna take it for you. And I'm like, well, somebody told me that. I'd be glad for you to take my medicine for me. You go ahead and take that poison. Like, what you think you're trying to accomplish telling somebody, if you don't take your medicine, then I'm going to take it for you? Like, what you mean by that? So, well, I'm going to say yesterday. It was several hours ago. It came on my TikTok For You page that it was a narcissistic abuse, domestic violence kind of video. And then I saw quite a few others with the narcissistic abuse and domestic violence. And it triggered me because even though I haven't, the ex-boyfriend Alex was the closest that I've gotten with that kind of relationship. And I was traumatized and scared about the idea of women having to go through being physically abused and beat on by men, or have their finances controlled. And it's like the idea that if a husband treats the wife like a punished child with no rights, you married to a man who you pretended that he loved you, got you pregnant 13, 14, 15 times. And then, I'm just playing, but say y'all might have, he thinks it makes him big to say he wanted a family and he wanted a large family, and make sure y'all have at least 10 kids. All for years later, he would tell you to your face that he hates you and wish you were dead, and that he never did like you, and that your coochie stank, and that your coochie was always horrible and you're not good in bed, and that he's glad to have found a much younger and better woman who can please him better or do more for him. And it's like, and then if he'll cheat on the wife who's been faithful and loyal, and then falsely accuse her of giving him an STD, or if she bought something or paid for something, and then he will lie and say he bought it. And I'm like, wow, these are heart and mind shattering stories. And I'm like, they're the ones they scream from the top of their lungs in a rage and fly off the handles unprovoked for no reason. And then they can falsely convince everybody that we're crazy. As I said, the way the abusive fake foster mom Adrian Felder, and the way my twin sister have treated me, it's so similar to and I didn't know it was called narcissistic abuse, but it's so similar to what couples go through with domestic violence. But I didn't realize, when people go to so-called therapy, mental health therapy, it's always the victim or the sufferer that has to go to the told that she's sick with a mental illness and have to go see a psychiatrist and take medicine. Or if the person been raped or something, they're always told that they have to see a psychiatrist and take medicine. But what about the predator? So domestic violence, you see the same dynamics or whatever in the even with father and daughter, it can be between two cousins or business partners, or something like that. Like, even if they're unrelated business partners, if somebody always gotta act like they want to have dominance and control, or it's like a battle for dominance and control, rather than everything being equal harmony or whatever, So it's always this competition for power and control, or somebody try to one up another person, rather than everybody just be happy together. Why can't everybody just be happy together? But everybody's greed for power and control, and delusionally believing that they're a fake high authority and fake God. They pretend to be a fake version of the real God. And religious narcs pretend to be God. And it's like, I've been taking a lot of shit off of people, the stuff they say, and it's been eating me up inside. If narcissistic abusers, when they want to be let in my space and say whatever hurtful thing, and then they make like I'm crazy, and they're like, well, you can't block somebody because they told you something you don't like. Well, I don't have to hear 4-hour lectures. I'm not a kid. It's not simply because somebody told me something I don't like and then I block them. But, I don't have to put up with being lectured. I don't have to put up with being bullied or abused. I don't have to be put up with, being harassed, laughed at, or made fun of, or none of that. So people make like I'm insane if you say, like, if you come on my videos and say, oh, what, are you slow or something? Or you should do this in your videos, or you should do that, or learn how to do that. So first of all, if you call me slow, retarded, you don't have my best interest at heart. And then you narcissistically demand that I take your advice and do what you tell me to do. You don't even know me, and I don't know you. So they have so many people who pretend to be narcissistic abuse victims while they set themselves up as a fake coach in your life and start, trying to tell you what to do. Like, they have this narcissistic control freak fake TI perp that pretend to be a victim on on the social media. And if you sitting there trying to be like, well, you should look into this work from home place, or look into that work from home place, and you ignore me every time I tell you I do not have a laptop. And then you practice witchcraft. And so, and somebody warned you about this witchcraft. And so, yeah, don't be telling me what to do. You don't run my life, because I'm damn sure not going to obey or follow a witch. Go somewhere. So if you want to keep tabs on making sure, you want to check up on me, and you're younger than me, and look like you're not even 30 years old, and you treat me like I'm slow just because I came out of homelessness. So you want to keep tabs, making sure I'm applying for jobs or getting jobs, or you make sure like as if I'm retarded and don't know no better. Oh, make sure you apply for apply to work at small businesses in your area. Tried that, nothing. Are you gonna spread the word and put up a video? Are you gonna you're gonna spread the word and put up a video and tell everybody to, to buy me a laptop or a car? With the Wi-Fi that they have in here, I don't even know if I would be eligible or a way to get hardwired internet in here. And if I did and got a laptop set up, I might end up having to get kicked out of here. And it might not be so convenient or easy for me to discontinue service. I might have a moment where I might have to drop all my belongings and flee from here due to the targeting. Like I had to leave all my stuff in the storage unit and flee Pensacola because my life was at risk. So fake Stephon Adams or other perps falsely make it like as if I left Pensacola for a petty, silly reason, when actually the perps ran me out of Pensacola. And then they kept trying to call the police, sick the police on me like dogs. Like they would harass me and then sick the police on me like dogs every time I exposed them. And then they were trying to get me captured and locked up and institutionalized. And when the police is gang stalking you, you're not free or you're not allowed to walk away and ignore them. That you have to obey no matter how wrong they are with their Masonic, abusive, narcissistic, fake power. All y'all can't be God. There's only one God. With their abusive, narcissistic, fake power, you can't ignore a cop that's gang stalking you and harassing the fuck out of you for unprovoked for no reason. If they're harassing you, you can't walk. You're not free to walk off and ignore them. And then they're falsely glorified as being above the law and having a fake license to put their hands on you or brutalize you or even take you out. And then feel no remorse. A lot of these cops are murderers, traffickers. They're all Freemasons and gang stalkers. You have to sell your soul to the devil in order to have that kind of fucking power. And with selling your soul to the devil, the narcissistic personality is attached to it. But they got so many abusive, narcissistic gang stalkers who run around here wanting to try to pretend to play police. Like they want to play like they are police. You're the criminal, not the one you're harassing. Or you want to try to hunt for a crime to falsely accuse me of. Oh, Candy bought 24 boxes of baking soda on food stamps. Oh, let me call the food stamps office and say she's committing fraud. No, it's not fraud because it's not EBT eligible right along with that, So yeah, it was legal. And so I would use it just like the coconut oil is a food, but not. I may not 100% use the coconut oil for food all the time. If I might use it for hygiene, or even, well, maybe not using the coconut oil for cleaning, but more like for hygiene, you know, dental hygiene, or your hair or skin or whatever, or taking it internally as food like I did for dinner. Or if you have baking soda and you use it for food stamps, and you use it in baking as a thickener in a gravy. I don't think, no, you don't use baking soda as thickener in a gravy. I'm thinking about something else. That's my sleep deprivation. I'm sorry. I barely got 4 hours of sleep. So, you can put baking soda or baking powder in food, but you can clean with baking soda or use it for hygiene. You can use it for gardening, add baking soda. Like Epsom salt, you can add it to plants. So many different uses. And, if you can use it to keep odors away. Y'all know the many different uses for baking soda and stuff, But, you can brush your teeth with baking soda. I've heard people cure cancer with baking soda. Reverse cancer with baking soda. I've heard people getting diseases like diabetes and stuff cured with coconut oil. And I didn't even realize it, but I'm sitting here thinking, but I'm not even looking into the camera, and I'm telling the truth. I didn't even mean to do that. But yeah. I didn't mean to do it like that. But I was trying to do like that. So, but yeah, if I do the grocery hauls, the perps are gonna hunt and look for something. It's like they want to hunt and look for some crime to falsely accuse me of. It's like the gang stalkers treat targeted individuals how the Pharisees treated Jesus. If it's legal for you to buy lamb chops with food stamps, then, the perps will try to criminalize it because they feel like, well, you're not supposed to have that. That's too expensive. Well, with the back pay, yeah, I can afford some lamb chops if I want to this time. I'm not saying I'm going to get me some lamb chops, but I said I can't afford it now. At the moment, temporarily, but maybe next month I might not be able to afford it next month for August. But I've seen a lot of people been cooking with lamb chops or a lot lately. But I don't think I'm not sure if I ever had lamb chops, but I had lamb before a few times. I love it. I like it better than goat meat. Goat meat is tough, but lamb is more tender than pork. And I've had lamb tacos before and goat meat tacos. Like, really good. So, so I like lamb, and I like goat meat, but I really like lamb. And I like venison and elk meat and bison and stuff like that. And I like veal. So, But I don't always get fancy or expensive stuff all the time. You know, as I said, me living poor, you know, a poor person would get criminalized for treating themselves for once. So I mean, you hear about this fake meat, 3D lab grown meat. Who the fuck wants to eat that? The celebrities pushing that agenda, but they don't eat it. The politicians pushing the fake agenda, they won't eat it, but they want to tell us we will eat bugs. They're trying to force us to like eating bugs when they don't eat no bugs. They're freaking adrenochrome drinkers. Yeah, they're part of the fake elite black eye club, and they think walking around with a black eye is cool. Yeah, cloning, clone aid, and multiple personalities. They think all that shit is cool. They think that walking around with lots of tattoos and jewelry is cool. No, it's not. Oh, because I'm speaking truth, they're electronically stabbing me in my left side of my stomach with the directed energy weapons. They're electronically stabbing me. And they're causing the pain to shoot up from my left side all the way up to here. So with today being Tuesday, I don't want to thaw any more beans to eat. So I mean I don't know if I'm gonna go and do laundry. I really do not feel like doing laundry, but I need to get it done. But I keep on procrastinating. I keep procrastinating, and I really don't want to do it. But if it weren't for the gang stalking, you know, I could do. I mean, I could do it with no problem. But me being scared of what to expect or not knowing what's gonna happen, that's why I dread. Don't even want to go and do it. I'm not lazy, but I just don't want to do it because I'm not mentally ready for whatever harassment or abuse will come my way. I'm feeling mentally weak. I'm feeling mentally weak at the moment. But humanity is corrupt. If you profess to be Christian and targeted, but you defend and agree with the satanic sex trafficking gang stalkers. You defend and agree with them. So if you can say that a sex trafficking Masonic gang stalker has a right to lock me up in a mental institution, but if somebody has a username with 777 in it and they're a mutual follower on a social media site, you would get mad and yell at me for that or cut off all contact with me. But it's okay for you to say that the sex trafficking gang stalker is right for getting me locked up in a mental institution. Now, like you fake and playing both sides. But, I'll be trying my best to not follow, New Agers and people who practice the occult. But a lot of times I don't even find out until after we started following each other for a while. And you're supposed to be targeted, and all you do is sit in your car. You sit in your car and talk about the program and don't even talk about your personal experiences. And you be one of the popular fakes just sitting in your car and talking about you fraudulently and illegally drive around in your brand new pretty Tesla talking about how great God is. And you falsely say you're God's chosen elect and chosen ones. But then, you're sitting there behind closed doors, acting like a perp. And when I say that you threw up satanic hand signs and everything, you lie and say that I'm the covert narcissist. You manipulate and get a whole fake cult army on your side to defend and agree with your fake lies. And they have people who be talking about how the TI community needs to come together. But you'll be the first to ignore me. You ignore me if I try to reach out to you, or you respond to everybody else and skip over and ignore my comment. So it's like even the people in the so-called TI community act like as if they want to try to erase my existence or erase knowing that I'm a TI. My TI suffering is irrelevant to them. But you don't tell other targets what to do, but you narcissistically order me around and try to control me and abuse me while you claim to be targeted. And why can't I have friends that's going to treat me like a normal, equal human being? Despite how I act, I may not act my age because of my upbringing and my disability. But do you treat every disabled person like a child because you say that, well, you don't act your age, so I'm going to treat you like a child? But people who aren't disabled, who are mentally normal, if they're in these, baby daddy, baby mama relationships, or engaged, or even married, or boyfriend and girlfriend, the narcissistic, partner treats, the other one like a punished child with no rights. And they always want to use violence or threats to punish and control you. And it's too rampant. It's too many people going through narcissistic abuse. Now, you want to know something that's funny? If they have, not funny as in laughable funny, but funny as in strange. If somebody might claim that they're a victim of narcissistic abuse with the domestic violence, and then they act like a narcissistic control freak fake friend and start bullying and harassing me or trying to control me. Now, well, if you're a narcissistic abuser yourself, what are you doing in a domestic violence shelter? What are you doing calling yourself a victim of domestic violence if you're bullying me in the domestic violence shelter? Excuse me. Sorry. I'm sorry about that. So, yeah. I'm going to try to stretch my clothes some more days because I really don't want to go do laundry because of the gang stalking. And it's been really hot. So I don't know what to eat. I don't know what to eat, or I don't know what I'm going to eat. And it's like, well, that skipjack tuna, to be honest, it tastes like something I had before, but I honestly don't think I don't think I'm too crazy over it. But I'll eat it because it's healthy, or supposed to be healthy. But, I won't eat the cans every day. I won't eat them every day, but it's here. So I was trying to get some survival ration foods, and trying to get some survival foods. And I showed y'all the gardening seeds that I got. I need to try to figure out, well, how can I, if I can learn how to grow, is there a way if I can learn how to grow such and such plant indoors, or how do I grow such and such plant, or to grow for food? I mean, I'm trying to figure out how to do it. I mean, can you do it? Because I don't trust putting any of my food that I'm growing out on the porch, because I know the gang stalkers will mess with it or poison it or do something with it. So I would have to find me some potting soil and pots, and trying to learn. So I learn more on TikTok than I learn on YouTube. And I learn on TikTok and YouTube, more than I ever learned in school. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to figure out what to eat for 4th of July. I don't want to eat those beans. I'm gonna give them a break. And I'm just undecided on what to eat. I have milk and eggs, and I don't want to use the barley just yet. I don't want to use it yet. I mean, the barley flour, I don't want to use it yet. But I don't know, because I don't have a defined plan on what to do. But I have some ideas, but I don't have a defined plan. So if I can make like some cake loaves or bread loaves, I mean loaves, not loaves, loaves. And or if I can make me some cookies, some cupcakes. Or some people say that you can eat the barley flour like oatmeal too. So, but I just got me some more oatmeal. I mean, I heard Family Dollar is supposed to be open. So yeah, me going through here in Texas with this summer, it's like what I went through in the winter in Pensacola this past winter with the Arctic freeze. Wow, can't even be outside for 5 minutes without feeling like you're about to die in extreme heat or cold. And it was in the 20s in Cincinnati, and like 27 or 28 degrees. I'm wearing 2 pairs of sweatpants and stuff, feeling like I can roll over and die at any minute. And then being forced to have to stand for over an hour at the bus stop. And it's like, well, abusive, cruel, mean bus drivers who are going to pass you up on purpose and force you to have to wait another long time. Another long time. So my words ain't even coming out all that perfect because of lack of sufficient sleep. Yeah, I'm actually feeling emotionally depressed. I'm feeling emotionally depressed. And then being sleep deprived, like don't even want to go do laundry. So, profess targeted individuals, if they talk about how with us being targeted, that we should try to focus on other things. The gang stalking network won't allow me to focus on other things or things that make me happy. if they won't allow me to write the short stories or go swimming or do something that makes me happy, they will try to criminalize and punish that too. When they're not authorized, they're fake vigilante bullies who they do not have that authority. But I mean, what if they had the things that they enjoy to be attacked and sabotaged, or they wouldn't be able to handle it. I mean, what if Stephon Adams or Star Bricker or any of the other online perps, if they had, just like us targets, if they had everything, all their livelihood stripped from them, if they had a taste of their own medicine. I mean, if you lost all your family, all support, and you were backed into a corner where you have no choice but to beg strangers for food to eat, and you ain't got nobody. So my time is, my storage space on my phone is running up. So thanks for listening to me. It's now, oh, come on, man. Now my phone, so they made my phone freeze. It's now 12:46 a.m. in the morning. I see y'all. Love y'all. Bye.